3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Oh man, what an incredible Friday morning. What an incredible Friday morning. Let me fix the camera. There we go. Hi. Get to see my ugly mug first thing in the morning. Speaking of mugs, this is my second cup of coffee due to one of our members messaging me all night asking me to fix their account. You know who you are. All right, it wasn't really all night. But I woke up and said, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm looking at that person's account now. Going to be quite a challenge. Going to be a challenge for me. Doug says, good morning. It is an incredible morning. Only because I get to hang out with you today, Doug. Believe it or not. Should I change my shirt by the time I get there so I don't look like the same person? I'm keeping this one on, whatever. So, what we are looking at here, I believe, is the full algorithm. Give me 1 second. I didn't really intend to have that up yet, but yes, we'll take a look at it. The reason this is up is I was comparing the trades from the automated system to the manual trades that one of our members placed. And I was talking about that person in the group this morning. But as we look at the overall algorithm, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but yesterday we were at about, what was it, $700 drawdown? Okay. The market on all of these pairs, on the 22 currency pairs, the market on all of these pairs is just, we've entered, and the big banks, the hedge funds, are pushing against, right? They're dumping more and more and more money into each of these pairs, so they're pushing against. That's not a bad thing, right? That's just what's happening. That's neither good nor bad. I'd probably say it's good, because when we get that pullback and we enter some more trades, we scale the lot size up, potentially, not always, but we scale it up a little bit, and move our take profit closer to where the current price is, that's just a better scenario. Literally, the farther it pushes, the better the scenario is. Certainly, there's a push limit, right, where we would have to do, depending on our account, each individual person, where we might have to do a hedge. And I'll reiterate, I just need to start planting. I need to do my own brainwashing with you, start planting my own mind virus. I had a mind virus I wanted to talk to you about, and just before the live, I was like, I can't remember what the hell it was. It'll come back to me. It was about an account that I'm looking at on another device here. So, where was I? I'm losing my train of thought. Maybe I need some more caffeine. Stand by. So, when it pushes against us like that, hedging. My concept moving forward, you're going to hear me talk about scaled in hedging. Instead of doing a full hedge, I'm going to suggest, and I'm doing it from now on because it's just the smarter thing to do. And I'll tell you why. To slowly scale into your hedge, right? With a low lot size. And, you can do it in whole numbers. You can do it in partials. If you're like, if you needed to hedge at 5.0, you could do your initial hedge trade at 1.0, then do another one at 1.0, do another one at 1.0. What's interesting is you may not have to get to the full hedge, because each time you add a 1.0, if you needed to do a 5.0 hedge, and I'm just making up numbers here, you increase your margin level percent just a little bit, which is good. You're opening it up. You increase a little bit more, increase a little bit more. What's cool about the scale in hedge, frankly, it all comes from practice. I've been practicing a full hedge for years, and it never dawned on me till the other day. I was actually hedging I was actually hedging on a live account, and I'm telling you, emotions are so different. When I hedge on a live account, and I would do a full equal and opposite hedge, and that thing would move against me, and I'd take, I think last week I had to force like I remember the number, $1,061 loss. Not because of anything with my algorithm, but because I was overbidding using my algorithm, and I was intentionally doing that. I want to make the big bucks, right? Take the big gambler risk, big boy gambler risk. And it really emotionally pissed me off. I was like, every time I hedge, it would turn against me. Hedge, turn against me. And I was like, all right. This pissed me off. I thought about it for about a day, and I was like, you know what? Scale in. Scale into the hedge. It gives me a little bit of extra margin. And if it goes against me, no big deal. I can go ahead and get out. But scale into the hedge goes a little bit farther. Scale into the hedge deeper. Goes a little bit farther. Scale into the hedge deeper. Right? And it's like scaling into a trade, which is really what we do. Frankly, I think it's the most brilliant thing I've come up with. It's just an idea, right? You're only ever one idea away from everything you ever wanted. Remember that. And yeah, it's just an idea. I think it's a brilliant idea, whether it's mine or not. When I look at it, if someone said that, no one said it, scale into your hedge ever. I've never seen anybody do it. So now we do it. My good friend Derek said, good morning, weary traveler. I am definitely a weary traveler. So interesting. We'll go look at the free trade here. We'll look at the overall numbers, but so I'm staying in Arizona. It was 25 degrees last night. Am I in Arizona? Like, what the? 25 degrees. Like, that's the reason I left up north, so I could avoid that. At least it didn't snow. Certainly could have. I'm like, I'm in Arizona. I didn't think it got that cold. So I'm going to continue going south here, going at least 3 hours south today. And then that will be as far as south as I get. Going to hang out with one of our members. You know who you are. And then I'm headed off to out west of Phoenix. Doug says you're at 6,000 feet. Yeah. Does that mean that the entire way to your place, it's all downhill? What's your elevation, Doug? I'm curious. So overall, $1,700 drawdown. Closure for the day, only $80 so far. This is very indicative of having a decent amount of drawdown, looking at our overall algorithm. A decent amount of drawdown. And very little closure, $80 for the day. We've had an upwards of $800 closure for the day at this time. I think even at the beginning of this week. So it just shows you what the market's doing. And here's how it works. Just hear me on this one. I may be repeating myself, but it's so important that you learn this. We had, and I'm going to be kind of general here, but a few days ago, we were in I think I counted 12 or 13 trades across 22 currency pairs. That's extremely low. I mean, there's been times we had 40 or 50 trades going at once on the overall algorithm. Your account probably can't handle that. It doesn't need to handle it. I have subset automated feeds that come from my total algorithm, which really reduce the number of pairs that focus. I even had one. I have one called One Profitable Pair. Just grabs one trade from the system, trades it to profit, grabs the next one. It's a pretty awesome system. But listen to me on this. So now, if you go back and you look at how many trades we're in about 3 dozen trades. Okay, so we've tripled our volume from a few days ago, beginning of the week. But listen to this. When that happens, all that means, like, why is this happening? What's your algorithm doing, Terry? No. Has nothing to do with my algorithm. Does not move the market. The market moves based off of big banks and hedge funds exchanging. That's why it's called Forex, foreign currency exchange. They're exchanging one currency for another. So they all get together, they conglomerate, collaborate, and they dump in hundreds of millions, if not billions and or trillions of dollars into the market. And they dump and they move these pairs essentially against the trend, against where it needs to go. My algorithm does have a really, really good feel, well in the 90+% range of actual direction. And in fact, you'd be like, well, I see these trades pulling back. And I just remembered the mind virus we're going to go over. You're like, and we'll get to it. You're like, I see these trades pulling back. I don't know, Terry. Well, that's what my system likes. It wants to go in. It wants to enter because it sees the volume going the other way. So it'll enter the opposite and it will scale into that trade. Dependent, because typically that's where the movement and the money is. For them to move a currency pair, they got to dump hundreds of millions, billions, maybe trillions of dollars into the market to move it. So we like to trade against that. When it's dropping, we like to buy. And that allows us to enter at a very conservative lot size and slowly, not every trade that we scale in on, not every pair, I should say not every trade on that particular pair do we increase the lot size, but we do increase it. And it's different for every pair because every pair has different volume metrics, which is what my system's handling in the background for you. But they are moving the market by dumping money into it. So that's why someone had said to me this morning, it's going farther against me. It's going farther against me. That's what it's supposed to do. So you just have to be ready for that. This is not the mentality of enter a trade, it goes right to profit. Enter a trade, it goes right to profit. So let's talk about a crazy mind virus that I have to deal with all the time. I have to deal with this all the time. Doug says OPP is, why isn't that? OPP is the shit. The one profitable pair feed, it really is. It's really, really good. If you're willing to take risk, and in fact, I'll just say this right now. I've been meaning to talk to Derek about this. That's kind of my idea on some of our accounts, is to trade the OPP feed literally at a low to mid-range conservative lot size, but then either manually increase the lot size by adding some trades when we see it going in the right direction, and or just bidding heavily on the OPP feed and hedging if we need to, like overbidding, right? It's a whole other concept, but that's something that that I'm going to talk about. So here's a mind virus. Let's go pull up the free trade real quick. We'll watch that. We'll watch that while I'm talking about this. So I say in my marketing, and I say a lot out loud, my trades do not lose. What's funny, because you get inexperienced, yet some experience, not complete newbie, but inexperienced Forex traders that have rabid mind virus. They'll be like, this guy says he doesn't lose. Oh, look, he's sharing his MetaTrader 4 account. He's calling it a free signal. Signals never work. This guy says he never loses. Let's go find out, okay? So they'll go to the history, nothing closed for the day. They'll look at the week, and they'll go, oh, right there, he's a fucking liar. This guy is a liar. I caught him lying. Not minus $3.06 is a loss. And then they point it out to me every week. You took a loss right there. I'm looking at it going, fuck, man. What? Let's scale out a little bit more, okay? Because fuck $3.06, right? They'll go to the month and they'll scroll. And they're looking. I caught your lying ass. You just lost $103.96. Your trades lose, Terry. What are you talking about? What? You think that's a loss? How about we scroll down and we look at this number down here? Profit, $3,279.14. You think that's a loss? If I give you $1 and you give me $99 back, I didn't lose anything. Vice versa. I give you $1. I already said it that way. You give me $1. I give you $99 back. No one lost anything, right? I should have put it this way. You didn't lose anything. Maybe that's not a good analogy when I compare both sides of it. The point is, we always end in a net profit. That's not a loss. A loss is off of your principal balance. Let me show you something here. In this particular account, I started this account. It's a demo account. It's used for signaling, right? You take the signal. I started this account at $100,000. It is currently $112,000, $112,105. There's no loss there. If it was $98,000, I took a $2,000 loss. You caught me. My trades lose. My trades do not lose. You have to understand. You have to understand what a loss means. A loss is off your principal balance. I do not lose off a principal balance. Oh, well, you didn't say it that way. Why do I have to say it that way? Why do I have to say more words than are really needed? I'll give you an example. I provide a free signal, right? I did a marketing campaign off platform, off of anything that we're doing. I did a marketing campaign. I said, for $5, I'll give you access to no loss Forex trades. And for that $5, if they're willing to set up a copy service like Social Trader Tools for $20 a month, that's what it costs, right? I will give them a very limited feed for $5 freaking, right? Deal of a lifetime. Deal of a lifetime. People would pay the $5 and get so pissed off that I wasn't teaching them a strategy. They didn't spend 5 minutes looking at what was going on. They asked $100 worth of questions, and then they quit and refund on their $5. So imagine the blinders a person like that has, right? Like, oh, you don't set a stop loss, and look, I found one of your trades that takes a loss. You're a liar. You're a scammer. I just got called a scammer last week. I'm like, scammer? You have full access to my system. I'm giving you a limited auto feed that I wasn't given to anyone else as a promotion. Now, here's the idea. Why would I do that? Am I trying to undercut and undersell everyone else in the group? No, it's marketing. I'm a marketer by trade, right? I understand. There's a great book out there by Seth Godin called, go read it, please. All Marketers Are Liars. It's a shocking title, but go read it. Seth Godin wrote a book called All Marketers Are Liars. Let me give you an example what it means by a marketer is a liar that you accept wholeheartedly. I'm paraphrasing, but back in the day, Allstate Insurance, I'm pretty sure it was, could have been another one, but you get my point. Allstate Auto Insurance. Commercial comes on, two cars smash into each other, smoke coming from them, the owners standing outside the car. One of them's like, I don't have any insurance. And the other one's like, I have Allstate. They snap their finger and the Allstate person appears with an iPad. We got you taken care of, Jeff. No big deal. It's not a big deal. We got you taken care of. Commercial's gone. All marketers are liars. Do you actually fucking believe that when you get in a car accident, you snap your fingers and someone appears with an iPad and says, you're all taken care of? That's called marketing. But it's also a complete lie. You get it? But you accept it because you're like, well, I don't believe someone's actually going to appear when I have an auto accident. Just like when I say no loss trades, it's a no loss. I could elaborate on it and go, here's what I mean, total net profit. But no one understands what fucking net profit is. They understand what losing is, though, because they're losers. Forex traders are losers. Not personal losers. They're financial losers. Because they believe all of the crap, right? So when I see someone just desperately trying to prove me wrong, I'm like, that is not someone I want to work with. You're right. I lied. It's a loss. Take care, right? Because it's more of a loss for me to try to help that person, right? What I see you making the comment, Doug, 55.22% for the year so far. I think you're talking about the one profitable pair feed. Is that right? Probably right. But again, remember, if Doug's quoting that 55.22%, that's for him, right? Everybody can scale it differently on their own account. Mark says, that's something I definitely do. I scale in manual trades from the OPP feed when I see them going to the TP. Not every trade, but some. Yes. You know what? And it's an advanced technique. And here's the problem with me suggesting people do that. Although a person like Mark can do it, Doug can do it, Derek can do it, I can do it. Adding that manual trade, it's more of it's kind of like a video game. It's just practice, right? I'm trying to think, like, here's a way to do it automated, okay? So you take the OPP feed into your account and you go at 1 multiplier, right? So it goes in and you're bidding 10 cents. And then you look at the trade, it goes a little bit deeper. You're like, I'll do it. I'm going to change that to a 10 multiplier. So it will upscale your lot size. Oh, this is looking really good. If it goes one more, I'm going to upscale it to 50 times 10 cents, right? Or whatever you want to do, 100 times, whatever the case may be, whatever you multiply. So that would allow if, and here's, you don't know if it's going to go into another trade, but you at least were able to scale into that trade. What Mark is more so saying is that he's let the trades run through it. Let's say it goes 5 deep and the last 2 are profitable and they're headed towards TP. You're not going to increase your automated lot size and have it go into any more trades. It's not going to do that. But you could manually enter a trade. And I'll do this when it gets within about 10 pips of take profit. It's just me, right? I'm a degenerate gambler. Don't take my advice. It's not financial advice. It's purely entertainment. It's video game advice, right? We're all playing a different video game. That being said, I will go in an outrageous lot size. $50 a pip, $100 a pip, right? And I'll make a killing. If it goes against me on that, because I'm already, let's say I'm 5 deep and 2 of them are profitable. The chance of those 2 backing way the hell out and going into more drawdown is certainly there. But what do I do then? I hedge. No big deal. I hedge. And I play that video game. It's, most people don't have the level of time that like Doug and I would have, or Mark. I know Mark has a lot of time. I mean, he focuses on this stuff. Some people, when you don't have time, you can't do that. And I'm sure that Mark does it when he has time, and Doug does it when he has time, right? So it's just, that's all it is. But it's the confidence that I have and that you can and should have in my algorithm should be insane. I'm extremely confident in it. Very confident in it. This is the free signal. We're still in a CAD JPY. Buy trade is simply going sideways. It's gone absolutely nowhere since entering yesterday. I can look at the chart real quick. Chart. Let's see, 1 hour. Let's go up to the, yeah. Let's look at the 4 hour here. Sorry, that was the 4 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. You can see here, it's just went sideways. It just went absolutely nowhere. Our entries in the middle here, take profits up the top. If it breaks out, if this channel of price breaks out the top, great, we hit TP. If it breaks out the bottom, we scale in and enter another trade or two, and we draw our take profit down, and we take profit somewhere down in here. That's just how it works. I don't believe, if you're talking about, if you were manually I don't believe I would not be manually entering or scaling into another trade on this pair right now. It's just going sideways. I'm waiting for some indication of movement. That's it. Sometimes it happens in the middle of the night and I can't manually scale in or I can't manually add a trade. It is what it is. So let's pause here, and I have not looked at it, so hopefully it doesn't embarrass me. But gold, we are currently in no gold trades, it looks like. And yeah, this is actually one of my accounts. Gold came and went last night. $234.80 I made. I didn't even hear it, look at it, see it, nothing, zero involvement. That's an impressive. And this is my gold scalper feed. It's part of the subscription. If you want to subscribe, this is incredible. Yeah, Derek says it's Friday. Probably won't do anything until Sunday afternoon. Yeah. It's probably all these trades. The market's just as pushed against today, and we're probably not going to see a lot of closure the rest of the day. Certainly could happen, but probably not going to. End of the week, volume is coming down. But this gold trade, I mean, guys, subscribe and just get access to the gold scalper. I mean, ask people in the group. This is freaking incredible. This is crushing it. Crushing it. It takes, a gold trade hits your leverage hard. It does. So I actually have this on a very large account with low leverage. I have about 100 leverage on this particular account. Not really an account I want to continue with because I've been working with it for a while, and really it's kind of considered a hedge fund account, and they are not impressed with my results, and I'm like, I'm crushing it. So for them to be impressed, like, I don't know what the hell anybody else is doing. They must be taking, and I'm trading it pretty conservative, but it's been very consistent. Haven't made any losses. Been very consistent profits, but who knows? Maybe a scam. Maybe it's a scam, but it's certainly a great learning experience. Let me pause one more time here and see if there's any other accounts I want to look at. Yeah, I can show you this. This is a test account. Remember where we're trading the lowest volatility pair in the world. I started out with a $3,000 account, made $1,300 so far, trading the lowest moving, slowest moving, lowest volatility currency pair in the world. Right now it's in a trade. It closed $77 overnight. Pretty happy with that especially in this market, really slow right now. For the week, closed $457.05. That's pretty good. That's damn good. Yes, I'm bidding a lot. I'm bidding a lot because Euro GBP does not move a lot. Look, my main bid on this basic started at a $3,000 account was 5.0 or 0.50, so $5 a pip. It scales up to 0.65 on the second trade, and it scales up to 0.85 on the third trade. If you go through these results, and listen, there is no losses here. This is nothing but net profit. There are no losses here, my friends. You can sit here and tell me, I see, I caught you with a minus $213.62 loss. Well, you're dumb, okay, because that's not a loss. The point being, if you look back, I don't believe, over the last week, it has not scaled into more than 3 trades in a basket Because guess why? Euro GBP does not move that far away from the mean average. It just doesn't. The farther it moves away, the higher I increase my lot size and the higher likelihood of profit. Look at this one. So this was 391 minus 60 minus 213. It got out at a profit. Here was one. If you look at the next one, it went in, there's two baskets. So 150 profit minus 60. So that's a profitable trade. The next basket here was just did one trade, profit. One trade, profit. Two trades, net profit. This thing is pretty impressive. If you look at it for the month, $1,302.42. So I believe this is something I'm going to release probably pretty soon. This algorithm will work on any pair, but you have to understand I optimized it for this pair, given what I've told you. Slowest moving, lowest volatility currency pair. It allows me to bid. Think about the mentality here. It allows me to bid a lot more up front and take a lot more risk because the chances of Euro GBP going on a freaking run of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pips is extremely low. And even if it did, the mathematics of this algorithm are designed to profit on a little bit of pullback. Typically, it doesn't just like run through the roof. It runs up, pulls back a little bit, runs up, pulls back a little bit, runs up. So if you look at it visually, you might go, oh, there's a huge trend there. Not really. The trend was slowed down and stopped by that pullback, push up, pullback. This is an amazing algorithm. This algorithm, I would like to optimize it for some other currency pairs. But at that point, I've been doing this a long time. We're like dreaming, right? We want it to work for everything. It's specifically designed to work on Euro GBP. So I think it's pretty impressive. Let me pause one more time. I don't think the other test algorithm is worth looking at. Let's see what it's doing. It's not really. Remember those 5 pairs I had? It's closed like $25 for the day. Not bad, but the risk the profit doesn't impress me enough based off of the risk that this particular account's taking. I can show it here. It's purely mathematical algorithm. Trading 5 pairs at a minimum lot size, and it made $25 last night. It made 117 for the week, and for the total 318. It's just very safe in a sense, right? Bidding absolute lowest lot size and mathematically trading each currency pair. There's no entry strategy on this. It simply enters, and then the algorithm manages itself within inside a set of rules. That's it. End of the week, Friday, November 22nd. I did talk about the mind virus. I wanted to talk about where, just because you see a minus red doesn't mean I took a loss. I didn't take a loss. A loss, in my opinion, is off of your account balance. Simple as that. I believe the market's probably not going to do much the rest of the day. Still early, kind of early in the morning. New York's been open a few hours. Stock market opened. You know what? I'd have to do this. Let me do it on my other mobile device. I'm in different time zones right now. So what is it? It's noon in New York right now. I didn't know that. So 2 hours. 10 a.m. in Phoenix. 12 noon in New York. 9 a.m. in California. Interesting. All right. That's it. Stay tuned. Going to hang out with one of our members today. Trying to talk another member into hanging out. But who knows? Some people, maybe I'm kind of a scary person. Doug, tell everyone how scary I am. Not really that scary. I mean, Doug introduced me to his wife, and there was no horrible. I mean, I don't think she dislikes me. I think we get along just fine. I'm completely just, a decent person. Probably don't come off that way on my lives. Yesterday, I think I dropped the F-bomb about 12 times because I was all worked up about somebody. But anyway, looking to have a fun day. And Doug posted a bunch of smiley faces, leaving me to interpret what he means. He's like, it could be like this. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you, Doug, even sooner. And thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.